Good morning, Gotchi gang. I'm coming at you with the next part of the Gotchiverse Game Bible, Chapter 3, Guilds and Gotchi Lodge. Man, I'm telling you, I'm not having good luck with these videos. I've recorded probably every section at least 3 times, having all kinds of issues. But getting more familiar with the material. So, guild channeling. This is something we've all been talking about for months. Basically, guilds are going to be able to get together centered around a certain wearable to channel Alchemica together. As we discussed in the first part with the altar channeling, that this comes from that same 25% pool. So 50% is for the altars, 50% is for the guilds. That is 25% of the total tokens dedicated to these things. So the Gotchi lodges are 5x5 tiles on your parcel, but on the inside they're like a Snoopy doghouse where they expand and you can have all your friends over. There's text and voice chat, and you will be able to furnish it with NFTs and non-NFTs. The primary way that you get into a guild or a guild lodge, a Gotchi lodge, is with the Guild Crest, and that is our Insignia Crest. And it must be held or equipped. So in your little Gotchi pocket, got your little membership card that lets you get into your Gotchi lodges. It will start off open access, but you can also gate certain members if you need to kick people out, maybe, I don't know. And then restricted access by having people apply for membership or being whitelisted. So the two main types of crests are the Wearable Crests and the Insignia Crests. Insignia Crests are guild-specific ERC 1155s that will only allow you to get into the Gotchi Lodge. The Wearable Crest, however, is your wearable that your guild has chosen, and that will help you to do communal channeling together. A guild can have up to 3 wearable crests and 1 insignia crest, and that is based on the level. Level 1 through 3 can have 1, level 4 through 6 can have 2, level 7 through 9 can have 3. So like I said, the main difference is that with Insignia Crest, you are not able to channel, whereas with Wearable Crest, you are. Insignia Crests are unlimited. The guild owner can mint more of them and does not allow channeling. Channeling is a ritual that can be performed weekly, and we'll talk more about that in the next section with the Gax, because you can actually speed that up using glitter, but you don't know what glitter is yet. So you can do this weekly, and there's a base channel rate, a Gotchi presence, and a wearable crest rarity. These 3 modifiers will increase the amount that you are able to summon or channel beyond the base. And that is established by your Gotchi presence, which is also in conjunction with the rarity. So a common wearable has a 1.001x on presence. An uncommon has 1.0014x. A mythical has a 1.02x, and the reason I'm skipping is because I want to show you that a 1.02x, so that is 0.02, and then the godlike is 1.56x. So there is quite a bit of incentive jump between a mythical and a godlike, because there is quite a bit of cost difference between those things. So it makes sense. And then as you see here, like I said, the rarity of the item affects the presence, but the rarity of the item also has its own multiplier, which on a common is 1x, so nothing changes on a common item. On an uncommon, it's 2x. On a rare, 4x. Legendary, 8x. Mythical, 20x. Godlike, 200x. So once again, a huge jump from 20x to 200x. And that's going to reflect below. because this complicated formula here is how you can determine that. But just to show you a quick example of, the TLDR here is more people working together and channeling together is beneficial, and you can only do it once a week. So you need to be really good at coordination. So with 800 participating Gotchis, a base rate of 20 FUD, a presence of 1.001x, the total Alchemica, we'll just go with FUD for now, is 24,493. Now that's 800 out of 1,000 potential that could have come. With only 799, that number drops to 24,448, which is about 45 less FUD. So that is a huge difference. And like I said, that affects you get all 4 Alchemicas when you do this. I'm just trying to keep the numbers simple for us. So just one Gotchi not showing up is that big of a difference. When you get to the godlike, and there's only 5 of each godlike, so with 5 participating Gotchis and a base rate of FUD, a multiplier of 200x, and a modifier of 1.5x based on presence, they would get 58,000 FUD, which is double what you would get if you had 800 common Gotchis together. So it's already a huge incentive for these 5 people to work together, because if only 4 of them show up, that number drops from 58,000 FUD to 35,160 FUD. So it is a huge coordination game. And I like that. I think it's great that people are going to be working together, and the teams that work together the best will probably do better, because even when you think about these wearable crests, so you have to link your guild's wearable crest to an on-chain crest that represents your guild, and that's what allows you to do the channeling together. So one model right now that they're talking about in this is there will be an auction every 3 months, but some people were concerned that a guild holding a wearable crest for 3 months might be too long. It might not incentivize them to work as effectively, because they know they've got it for 3 months. So then there was talk in the community call of maybe doing a leaderboard where it changes hands more often, possibly even weekly, based on the amount of glitter you spend, instead of auctioning it every 3 months. That is a really interesting mechanism, and I think it also keeps people on their toes and trying to effectively play the game and coordinate together. And since spending glitter is going to be such a big deal, it's also, how do you spend this glitter? You have to not just make money together. Now you also have to... Hey, Rusty, stop it. Harassing the other cats. You not just have to make money together, but you also have to spend money together. And so what you do with that glitter can make your guild more interesting than what someone else's guild is doing. And it could even make it to where, you're not just competing for the crest itself, you're competing for members. Because if I have the same wearable and there's 3 guilds I can choose to be in, then I'm going to go with the one that works together as a team best and spends their glitter on the most interesting things, and also is convenient to my time zone. But that's not true. You're going to have to just work with people no matter what it is if you really want to play effectively. So the Insignia Crest, you will be able to change the metadata, like the artwork, the appearance, and the name, but not the actual on-chain ID. That makes sense. And then the final key to this, and I'm guessing the way this is going to happen is through the Insignia Crest. So your Gotchi can only be in so many guilds based on its level. So as you level up, and as your Gotchi is higher up in the levels, you can be in more guilds, and I'm guessing that is going to be gated by the amount of Insignia Crest that you're able to hold at one given time. Um, so yeah, as you become more of an OG in the space, you can have more friends and more channeling events, more potential guilds to go channel with. And I believe that is it. So really, really interesting stuff going on. I like this coordination and teamwork aspect. I think it's going to be more important than people think, maybe more important than some people would like to admit. A lot of people just like to play video games by themselves. We'll see how it goes. You know, going to be very interesting, creating a lot of competition in the space and a lot of incentive for teamwork. I will be back in part 4 with Gax and Glitter, and to further explain how Glitter is going to affect your channeling and your guilds in general. Thanks, Gotchi Gang.